I would like to add one or more things. So first of all, I would say that at least go for 2 or 3 days in July, maybe in your school, so that you know what is the department, what are the policies, the behavior policy, for example, and how the classes are being conducted. You can also get aware of the behavior management as well, because you might end up in a school where there are loads of behavior issues. So it will give you some time to know what is the behavior policy, to prepare to yourself. And also, like during PGCE, maybe you are trained to teach AQA, but in your school you might teach OCR or other exam board. So you should know what exam board you are expected to teach and what classes you are expected to teach. And my advice would be, obviously you're going to get some break and holidays, but at least prepare for 1 week lessons. My advice would be that, because it will give you some breathing space. I was given a timetable, and I was looking at the paper, and then I thought that I had only 4 classes on that day. And then suddenly the students started coming into my room, and then I said, what is going on? And then I found out that on RomCom there is a time schedule and a lesson schedule, but it is not showing on my timetable. So I was not ready for that, but I then had to improvise, and that was a very hard time for me, because I had nothing prepared for that lesson. So my advice would be to see your RomCom first, or whatever the system is, and then match it with your timetable, because it might be possible that something has changed and you don't get notified, and then people start coming into your lesson and you don't know what to do. It can be less than PGCE or more than PGCE, depends on your situation as well. At one point, I was thinking to quit teaching as well during the first term, but again, as second term passed, and right now at this time, I think it's worth it. And obviously, it is a passion, not profession. To be honest, if you have passion to teach, you can survive. But if you take it as a profession and you don't have a passion to teach, then I think better to quit this profession. 10th year, 12th, and 13th. So if you have to plan each and every single lesson from scratch, it will take loads of time and effort. But in some other school, you might find some resources which are very good and handy, and then you can use them. So it again depends on what school you've got. In terms of marking, I always try to reach earlier, around 7 o'clock in the morning, so that I can finish off marking, because that is a very quiet time. Early in the morning as well. So otherwise, when you are in the school and during the lunchtime or break time, people come and go around here and there, so it becomes very difficult to mark. So for me, the first year or the first few months were very tricky. I used to plan 1 week in advance, and for this term, I planned for like 3 weeks for my year 12, and then what happened was, I received an email from the head of sixth form this week that next week they are filling out their application forms for UCAS, and they will be off timetable. So my planning is actually got, I need to plan again to what to teach them and what not to, because their exams are also coming up, and I already prepared an exam for them, and I included those questions and those topics which I was supposed to teach next week, but now I have to actually change and modify the paper as well. So I believe that over planning might not be very helpful in some of the cases.
Most of what I was going to say was already.
The school that we're teaching, the classes that we've got. In our school, the head of science gave us some standardized slides for the first lesson. It actually included all the behavior policies and all those things that are expected. And I believe setting the tone of the first lesson is very, very important, because if someone is misbehaving, then you have to challenge the behavior there and then. Maybe you need to involve SSU or someone, because the first lesson is going to be very crucial, because if you are too relaxed, then students are going to take you for granted, and because you are new to the school, they will think that you can't do anything. So, the first lesson is always important, and I agree with the, remembering the name is very, very important. Yes, sometimes it's very tricky to remember all the names. For example, if you've got, let's say, 4 classes or 5 classes, remembering hundreds names would be difficult. So what I did was I printed their names and also their pictures on top as well, and I had that in my hand. So again, I could easily see the face and the name. It actually helped me, and within a few days, I was able to remember the names. Knowing your kids, for example, and like when I was teaching for like first 2 terms, I never went outside. I was staying in my room during lunchtime or break time, doing planning or something. Never interacted with the kids, but in the last term, I was bit in the playground area, looking at the kids. I think I would have done this differently. I should have gone to the playground areas, seeing the interaction of the kids with other people, so that I can know them better, and they can know me better by just going outside in the break time and the lunchtime and see how they behave and they interact. because during the first year they will know that you're a new teacher and they might consider you that you are a supply teacher, so they will be behaving very differently. But if you are there in different areas, then it means that they know that you are the part of the school and part of the system. They will respect you more, and obviously you will know them better, and then you can have a positive relationship with them that will help you in improving your class.
Yeah.